difference in earnings and gold medals is really, really. I mean, you can see it on screen. 12 gold medals for Acno to Sgrape's 0. So the accolades of these players are very separate, but their current PR is right on each other's tail.
Yes. Yeah, EU I feel is the most competitive scene in I think all of the regions right now when it comes to which players on top. Like, yeah, we have Godly sitting there pretty, but like it's not easy for him. I don't feel. Yeah.
Definitely not with recent. I mean, there's been Sgrape is a prime example of the fact that the EU scene has been shaken up a lot recently. With newer players, just waiting on these players to lock in their legends. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's much more competitive than like in North America, because you've seen North America be shaken up constantly with like Impala, Luna, Radish, all those players duking it out for those top 2 spots. But yeah, I think EU, outside of like who the top 5 players are, it is a hot mess of players bouncing up and down those placements and firing different positions. And yeah, Acno locking in the Vector going into this game against Sgrape, so it's going to be a Lance mirror match. And I'm curious to see that, because Acno has played a very wide variety of characters in his time, and recently that one's main he's had has been Nakaya, so we know he has the bow.
Yes.
He hasn't played much Lance in ones, but he has played a fair bit in 2s, especially with the Ulgrim, so I'm curious to see how that's going to carry over to that one's play style, and if he's going to find the edge over Sgrape.
100%, yeah. I feel like his bow is a staple for his gameplay. Yes, he's had the Boulevard, but he's also had the Koji in the past. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's played pretty much every genre of character by this point in 1v1s, and I have the confidence that he can pick up pretty much anyone and make them work to a certain degree, but Sgrape can't.
Oh, these neutral airs!
He's finding Nair after Nair!
Another one!
Goes for another.
I lost kind of how many neutral airs.
I mean, Acno gonna look for a response. It's finding a little bit of damage here. Sgrape about to push Acno into the red. The N-Sig, that could have been terrifying if you're Sgrape, but will find the punish. Disarming Acno, goes to the weapon throw as well.
Nice,
Pogo down.
Pogo, getting that recovery. Oh,
like a well-oiled machine, Sgrape just step after step, finding the flowchart into that knockout right there.
I'm liking it. Alright, we got the bow coming out. And he's getting down here.
Acno struggling to find his footing a little bit here at the start of this game, as Sgrape is just reading these movement options so perfectly and punishing everything he can. Acno doesn't even find the side. What? That's enough.
I see a switch from Acno here.
That's enough. Okay, that's enough. Whatever, man. Sgrape is apparently him when it comes to the Lance. I mean,
I'm not surprised, man. This has been Sgrape as of late.
Chillax!
Look at that!
Okay.
That's okay. Look at how much damage he built, though.
No, I know.
A little carried away, but
you can't afford to get too confident here. I mean, this is still a pro match. If he tries to go in with the unarmed or something, tries to do a little bit of trolling, that might not end up too well. But Sgrape is sitting pretty here in this game number 1. Nair once again looks to the sideline. Won't be able to find it, but one signature will be enough. Acno looking for the read here with the down air to punish.
Oh my. I feel like I see Acno go for the most Lance ground pounds out of these players. It's crazy. And
honestly,
for the first
probably.
time we see punishes.
I mean, look how close that first stock was, right? Look how much health he is in that replay. Second stock, boom, gone. Just absolutely decimated. I mean, that's heartbreaking if you're Acno, and yeah, that punish with the down air. I mean, Sgrape seems to have a really a perfect understanding of which move is the optimal option in every situation. Like, he knows when to use Dare instead of Say. He knows when to put out a grounded D-light instead of going for an end light or a side light or something. And it's almost always that perfect option. I think that's what makes him so scary on the Orion, because he uses those SIGs very often, but he has an astonishingly high hit rate with those signatures. So if they land, can't blame them.
Woo! Barely missing that motion signature. Oh, both players just waiting at each corner, wondering what the next player is gonna do here. Oh!
And there's that N-Sig. Yeah, Sgrape taking the lead in game 2 as well. A very similar amount of damage taken on this first stock as last game. Acno going to be looking to try and equalize things up a lot more efficiently than he did previous. The D-Sig, not quite enough. The force just not high enough on that signature.
Yeah. We were seeing that SIG earlier in top 8 as a very good get off me SIG to get these players away.
Yeah, it is that very, very good, you know, horizontal stacked option that keeps you safe and gives you that space. Sgrape, I think, actually doesn't want to pick up that weapon and risk just losing this stock immediately. Yeah, he's actually going to play it safe and just try and get some unarmed damage. Will fall to the side air. Has done a little bit of damage to Acno, but he has what I assume is a Lance primed and does not want to risk picking it up and immediately losing it. Yeah, there it is.
Let's see.
Speaking of immediately losing weapons, that's one other thing. We very rarely see Sgrape go for these weapon throws. He's a very patient edge guard player. He'll either wait for you to come back and try and get a trump card like edge guard situation, or go all the way out with his weapon to try and punish. We very rarely see him go for these like long range weapon throws to try and secure these earlier knockouts, and perhaps that could be a weakness as we see Acno actually taking a damage lead here for the first time. Sidelight set not going to be enough. Sgrape carving out for this Lance. Where's the end-sig?
Beautiful. I think he's just so much more confident on the Lance here. Earlier we saw he wasn't afraid to play that spear here. Here we only saw what, a pogo last game, and I haven't seen any spear play here. So I think most of all he just wants to stick on this Lance.
Oh! Sure, the GCN light. Perfect movement read coming out of Acno, knows where Sgrape is going to fast fall and punishes it accordingly. Now Sgrape looking to find this knockout here, throwing out these signatures. He can comfortably swap to this Lance, knowing that, I mean, this is his last stop, so there's no situation where he picks up a weapon, loses his stock, and loses the weapon. So he's going to stick with this Lance. One stock apiece, equal damage across the board, and Acno a small lead here and a small advantage, but Sgrape could just snake this away. We've seen him do exactly that previous.
Oh. Acno's getting a good job with these neutral lights, catching Sgrape in position where he might want to dare.
As well.
Ooh!
E-Sig is scary. Sgrape perhaps a bit too confident after last game as Acno was found his footing and really starting to make this bow work well for him. Sgrape not going to get a full punishment from that bow.
I like the bow gameplay, but honestly,
there is dangerous. Light as well. Oh, but the net is safe in the D-Light ground pound. Acno knew exactly what Sgrape was going for, and Sgrape will fall to the side there. And Acno taking game number 2, equalizing up the scoreboard 1-1, and Sgrape sticking with the Orion, going to Demon Island for this next game. And that game, yeah, I mean, Sgrape took an early lead, and Acno just played the long game, death by 1,000 cuts, and just waited out and played a very patient game there. And that Nair, I think, is very impressive, because he knew Sgrape was going to go down there, go for that GCD light, and punches it perfectly.
Yeah. Oh. Immediately picks up that ball.
Coming in from Acno.
Yeah. Oh, I'm really liking this bow. Holy.
Yeah, I mean, that's that experience we're seeing come in, and Sgrape getting some work done with the Lance now, though. Good read. D-Sig as well. A little bit afraid to just go rip out an opening right there, in fact. Damage very equal across the board. The side air, not quite enough. Goes for another. Acno goes for the side sig there as well. Yeah. I'm surprised it doesn't knock out at that angle. That was very, very close. And Sgrape, for the first time in a while, forced to play the spear, and once again just goes for the pogo. And I mean, I guess that's his game plan. He just wants to play Orion for this Lance, and doesn't find a dodge read either. D-Sig though, that perfect stacked option, and Sgrape will take a small early lead once again.
Can he push it? Oh, switches to the spear this time. See there come out.
Oh, never mind.
Acno. Yeah. There we go. Oh, Acno. You here try to stop this weapon star from continuing. Ooh, catches his landing. You see Sweat Beats come out twice.
That's dangerous. Oh, Sig comes through. The pogo as well.
Oh, I didn't even think he was going to go for a pogo there. That was beautiful.
I don't think Acno thought that either, to be honest. I mean, if you thought by it. Oh, the weapon throw to stop the record. What is that?
That was nice.
The pincer maneuver. You like into the side and there as well. Sgrape trying to run away with this.
Like to get through that weapon throw. What the heck?
What is this? Sgrape, calm down, please, bro. Okay, Acno forcing him to calm down there with the knockout. But this is the same situation as game 1. Sgrape has so much room to run away with here.
Acno wants to take an early stock here. The Sharky's not working out in his favor though. Sgrape just keeping that stage control and just knocking him off constantly here.
Oh. Okay.
It's a nice
that would have been terrifying.
Oh.
Yeah, Sgrape
Ooh,
was
nice recovery.
recovery.
Yeah. That recovery kept Sgrape from D-lighting him right there. Ooh, but that pogo.
Oh, the
Nice
side light! Oh, he touches though. Has the options to
Yeah.
get back.
Oh, that grandpa.
Great. Hold again, bro. Oh, surely D-light.
Another side light. What?
Sgrape has the dodge caught, and that is going to secure it. Game number 3 going the way of Sgrape, and I mean, that was a very, very dominant start. Did start to fall apart a little bit there, trying to find that knockout right at the end. Oh yeah, but this was filthy. This entire stock, just side air, reset back to the stage. The end sig of all things, catching with the second hit, as Acno just falls straight into it. Then Sgrape, I'm not done. Falls right down, finds the pogo, and Acno is just done right there.
Yep.
Yeah, Acno immediately banning out Demon Islands. No surprise there whatsoever. Exact same picks coming back in for this next game. Yeah, 8 signatures coming out of Sgrape there. I get the feeling that he probably hit about 6 of them. Like, this is what I'm saying about his hit rate on those SIGs. They're incredibly consistent. Now, Sgrape 1 game away from securing that top 4 position and securing the win over Acno, which would be absolutely huge for him. And Acno starting out fast in this next game. The speed, the dash dancing coming in with this bar. The NT's going to get punished.
Ooh, they're trying to cover the wall here. Ooh, both trying to cover the wall.
Whoa, he's going on. Sgrape is in trouble. The weapon throw. 30 seconds, less than that, and Acno, borderline untouched, will answer back in a big way with that knockout right there, and Sgrape now in trouble. Very early in this game, he's going to burn the dodge into Acno as well.
My oh my. I wonder if Sgrape's going to stop with these weapon throws, because barely any of those connected.
This is scary if you're Sgrape. I mean, also a game as dominant as the last one. Acno seems to have your number right here. So I'd like saying, not going to be enough. The exhaustion recovery to interrupt as well. Sgrape getting a little bit desperate here, maybe. Weapon throw.
Ooh.
Baiting out for that pogo. Doesn't manage to find it. Sidelight there. Doesn't get caught by the NSIG. The recovery. Not going to knock out.
Oh, where's the recovery?
All the way up. Side air also not enough. Vector.
There we go.
Alive, but Sgrape will find the sidelight knockout.
A lot of work there.
Yeah.
He still has a lot more.
Big hill to climb here. Not necessarily a mountain, but
it's
up one in the nair. Yeesh, yeah, Acno poised to take us to a game 5, not going down without a fight whatsoever in Sgrape. Full stock behind here. The GCN light for the true combo.
Ooh.
Oh, Acno.
Acno's doing a lot better control stage on Apocalypse here. Sgrape can't find the space to land like he was in Demon Island earlier. There we go. Puts
Sgrape up into the air, and Acno is just finding every perfect option here. Tries to go for the D-Sig, but again, he's in the same position Sgrape was in previous games, where he has so much room to work with. He can afford to make a few missteps. Not too many though.
Yeah, so make sure to get Sgrape at least into the red. Oh, there it is. I doubt it's gonna
secure it.
Yup.
2-stock victory for Acno, securing the game 5 and 500 damage to 343 coming out of Sgrape. And yeah, I mean, this first stock was just brutal. I mean, you don't want to play that game with Acno. You don't want to force yourself onto the wall and try and battle that out, because that's not going to work out for you unless you're like Boomy or Godly. It's not happening.
Oh, switching to the Diana, recognizing that he's not doing crazy work on the lands here. Maybe these signatures or maybe the blasters, not sure.
I respect it. I mean, Diana has arguably the best bow in terms of how her signatures flow into the kit that bow has, and when played well, her bow can be absolutely filthy. And I mean, Boss is still in a very, very good spot right now in 1v1s and 2v2s. I don't know if I've seen Acno play too much blasters himself, but like I said before, I have the confidence that he could pick pretty much anything and find good success with it. So Sgrape needs to be careful here.
Ready? Ooh, getting plenty of damage here with some D-lights and theirs. Even here. I'm not looking too shabby on the blasters, but not getting a ton of damage.
Yeah, Sgrape looking a little bit worse for wear here, I think. Taken a bit aback by this swap. I think that's exactly what Acno was looking for, to try and just catch Sgrape off guard with a completely out of pocket pick. Quite literally, in fact, that recovery will secure it. Now Acno looking like a completely different player here going into this game number 5 as Sgrape. Despite the dominance that he had. Starting to struggle a little bit here. Finds the side air, won't be enough. Acno holding on to this both the time being the down air, but Acno does manage to touch the second one. And Sgrape equalizing up. Despite that, the fact that Acno sort of knocked him off a little bit, he's definitely not unprepared for this matchup. I think he just needs to find that footing again because Acno really took him apart that last game.
Yeah, that along with the new weapon switch, like it's gonna take you a minute as a player when someone completely switches their playstyle like this after winning a game.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Sgrape and I've just been two-stalked by someone and then he swaps to a different legend, my mind is racing thinking, why has he done that? But I mean, clearly not to too much success as Sgrape finding a lead here.
Whoa! Oh, that
the Ensig!
Acno able to get right through it though. Whoa! No dodge! It's over. There we
beautiful
go.
Punish, beautiful punish by Sgrape. That was a really, really weird interaction. That easy to try and punish.
Yeah.
And now Acno, despite the confidence at the start of this game, is now in a dangerous position as Sgrape finds another read.
The switch might be to his detriment here. Also coming back to Demon Island where Sgrape was having a lot of success.
Oh, the dodge read as well, Sgrape.
Oh, that's gonna take stock.
Will be enough.
Able to clean both stocks with delay recovery on blasters here. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, that is the dream you sort of have if you have blasters in your pocket. You want to be able to be finding those knockouts with delay recovery. Otherwise, part of the strength of blasters is not really working in your favor right there. And now this final stock in this game number 5. Sgrape on the spear. Acno trying to doesn't find the dodge read. We've seen Acno do incredible work with this bow so far. This could be what he needs to turn the tables. Yeah. Sgrape not on the lance. He's been doing so much work with the D-Signal securing. That's going to be it.
My lord.
That is, if you're Sgrape, that is absolutely heartbreaking. Caught by one of the most forceful signatures in the game, completely invalidating the entire lead you had and taking it in a game 5 as Acno takes back the game and the set in one fell swoop. And we see it here. He was properly in the orange at the start of this final stock, and Sgrape was properly in the orange when he got hit by the D-Sig, but it just does not matter. Slung all the way off the side, the angle on that signature, absolutely devastating. And those are not the stats of our game. But yeah, to 520 damage, more damage coming out of Sgrape than Acno in that game. 520 out of Sgrape, 485 out of Acno, and Acno still steals it away and takes the game, meaning that our top 4 is going to entail on the winner's side. It's going to be Same and Machete, and on the lower side it's going to be Skeldra versus Acno, which is an incredibly insane matchup, and I would have loved to cast that. However, that is going to be it from myself and Clown for today as we leave you here for a short break, and we're going to be coming back with a fresh set of casters. Incredible games we've had today so far. Anything to say to people at home before we head out, Clown?
Again, drink water. Make sure y'all stay hydrated and stick around. These games have been intense, like all of top 8, all of top 12, and I think they're just gonna get more intense as we rank up to top 4 now. Alrighty, bye.
Absolutely, yeah. Stick around, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after a short break with the big boy casters coming in just a moment. Peace out.